Today on the channel, AEW Unrivaled Series 8 from Jazzwares with bonus rankings at the end. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Unrivaled unboxing and review. And today we kick off AEW Unrivaled Series 8 with late champion Chris Jericho. Now the Unrivaled line already up to 8. Can you believe it? It seems just like yesterday, Series 1. We later got, of course, the Unmatched line added. Series 1B, don't forget about those. A lot of Amazon packs, a lot of ringside exclusives. There's been a lot of AEW figures. A lot more to come in 2022. I think this is going to be the breakout year for AEW Unrivaled Unmatched, and it really does start right here. Interesting set, a lot of new names in the set, which that a lot of people have been calling for that. And I should say, side of the package, AEW Unrivaled 8, we all know they spell out a message. Looks like 8 starts to spell out championship for some of you guys that are keeping track at home. There you go, that's the way it goes. But of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. Take a look at the packaging, talk about it, unbox it, talk about it, see where it goes from there, maybe a little comparison action at the end. So let's look at the packaging on Chris Jericho. There it is, that Unrivaled package. We know we love it. We know it's Jack's Classic Superstars inspired. Beautiful uniformity with the packaging. We love that. We always talk about that. Nice glamour shot of Jericho, Unrivaled, of course. AEW gold and black attack going on strong. And then Jericho in here. No accessories, but a nice jacket. Got some spikes like a young LOD. You guys know I love face paint and spikes, and that's what we got on this Jericho. Interesting. We'll talk about when we get out of the packages, but a very interesting look in the package. It does pop, of course. We do know he is one of the Chase Rare Editions in Series 8, so be on the lookout for that when they start shipping, of course, to the stores. So be prepared for that one out there. Be interesting to see how that one does, but as you guys know, they all do pretty well. I don't know. What do people think? Do they want that one more than this one? I think a lot of people probably would, but there's the package there. AEW on the side. Of course, you got the little blurb down, or not the blurb, the little glamour shot, I should say. Glamour shot down below. He is number 63, and this is, of course, part of Series 8. All Elite Wrestling on the other side. And then, of course, the back of the package, we got the big cross-sell down below. This is dubbed the Best Friends set. We got Chris Statlander. We got Orange Cassidy. We got my old buddy Chucky T. We got Trent. And then, of course, John Moxley and Chris Jericho rounding out this one. Two stalwarts of the line, as you guys know. Got Le Champion, Chris Jericho autograph there. Got the old Walls of Jericho slapped on, AEW logo, all that fun stuff. See what it says on the back. No blurbs on these. I wish they had a little bit of a copyright. Hey, Jazzwares, you need somebody, call up your old boy Kyle. I'll do the copyright for him. Dynamite 10/16/2019, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Seems like a lifetime ago, 2019. But there it is. That's Jericho from that time frame. So there it is. No paint application, no issues I see from afar. We'll see what happens when we dig in, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Let's dig into old Jericho. Let's see what all the fuss is about. There's been a little fuss. I don't know if there's been a ton of fuss, but there's been a little. I've heard some chatter going on. See you later. Get out of here. Plastic prison time. Old Jericho, old Painmaker Jericho. Very, very cool. Let's see what we think. Let's get it out of the package. Whoa, hat goes flying. See you later up high. There it goes. All right. Now Jericho, we felt this Jericho before. This feels like something I've felt before. Feel like I've been here before, like a young Iron Maiden. You guys know if you know. No extra hands with this one, so no fist, no baseball bat. I can't remember if he was carrying the baseball bat at this time. I feel like he was, but maybe not. But just no accessories. You get your jacket here, and then, of course, you get the hat on Jericho. And I'm going to grab Series 1B. Yes, 1B with the corrected skin tone Jericho. Somewhat similar, but as we always say, different. Same Polly Pocket style jacket going on. Exact same hat. No, it is not the exact same hat. So I got to give it to Jazzwares. They very well could have got the most out of their molds, used the same hat. The old one has a little bow on the side. You can't really see it. You got to look for it, but it does have a bow. This does not. So there's definitely some differences between the two. Obviously, the spikes are a whole different ball game. Soft goods scarf here. Hard goods scarf on this one. Besides that, though, the bodies seem to be the same. The boots are the exact same. Knee pads are the same. Same body mold. Same hands, of course. Same tattoo on the hand. Yeah, getting the most out of your molds. They're doing that here. We've seen it a lot from Jazzwares, and I know the struggles of COVID they've had with getting face scans and stuff like that going on. That has delayed some of the other superstars to be in the line, but we all have to remember it is a business. At the end of the day, guys like Chris Jericho, guys like Jon Moxley, they're going to be in a lot of lines. We see it with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, whoever you want to say from the Mattel side. Just the way it kind of goes. That's the old business for you. But this Jericho, not too shabby. For Jericho, at least. I do like the jacket. I love the spikes. Very LOD-esque. You know, I am a little over the Polly Pocket jackets. I want some bend to it. That's why I was so excited when Bill McKenna from Mattel showed pictures of a new innovation with Mattel where they can get a little arm movement going on. Man, I'm here for that. We need some change to that. We've had enough of these jackets. I understand how much it costs to make these soft goods. It's not always possible. But I wish we could pose him with this jacket. How big of a game changer would that be if his arms could be up with a baseball bat over his back or something like that going on? That would be really, really cool, and hopefully we see that one day, maybe sooner than later. Fingers crossed. But we got the hat here. Jericho, I guess the heads, I think, are similar. And the back there, the exact same, and the front there, the exact same as well. This has a little, the color is a little bit more blonde on the old one, a little bit of a dirty blonde on this one. But yeah, you do have the exact same hair going on. Yep, same ears. Actually, yeah, I guess they are the same. It's always tough to look, and a little paint can really change the sculpt up, as you guys know. But the jacket is removable. Let's see how hard the jacket is to remove. Now, one thing I want to note, this is our first one we've unboxed from, pulling hands out. I guess best to pull the hand out first, maybe. Let me pull the other one out. This is the first one we've unboxed from Unrivaled Series 8, as you guys know. But the first thing I've noticed here as I'm removing this jacket, there is none of that plastic wrap around the body, the face, the neck, the head. You guys know how they usually do it. We don't have any of that going on. So I do find that to be a little interesting. Have they heard fans say we don't like that? Have they found a way to make things not bleed? I'm not exactly sure, but we have no plastic wrap anywhere around that. So that is fairly cool. Back of the jacket, I forgot to mention, it's got a little painted on picture. It says Jericho. Nice red and black. I like the roughage of the jacket, of course. I mean, it looks like a heavy metal jacket. It looks like a jacket a guy has worn to thousands of heavy metal shows is what this looks like. Always worn in, beat in, nice color, nice personality to it. And that's what it is in the metal game. And Chris Jericho, metal brother. He's been around. I remember seeing Fozzy way back when they started, when they were a cover band playing after Raw, little clubs. Back in my college days, I used to go see them. I've seen Jericho and Fozzy a ton of times. Lost me a little bit, a little music. Lost me a little bit as trying to get more modern radio and stuff. I really did like their early stuff, their early originals, and then a lot of the covers. The covers they did on their first couple albums, that's Kyle's wheelhouse. That's Kyle's Years of Metal. But Jericho, got to respect him. One of the hardest working guys in the business, for sure. So putting over Jericho there. Get him out of the package here. Now he does have this... Yep, scarf. Okay, scarf is removable. I thought it looked like it was molded in the package, but it is removable. This is a new mold, as far as I know, unless it was on one of the exclusives. But we do have that. He does have the Inner Circle shirt, which is kind of cool. As we know, we've got those in the past. Santana Ortiz. Kind of depends how you display your stuff. You could put him there with that. They're matching shirts. All fitting in. Team unity, it's what it's about at the end of the day. But it looks pretty good. No paint application issues there. Inner Circle. It looks like almost like a weathered shirt a little bit. We've seen weathered shirts. You can buy them wherever you buy shirts. And it kind of has that look to it. It's kind of that vibe. His tattoos, nice, bright, and colorful. Let's see. Can we make out any of these tattoos? Does he have his Halloween tattoo? Well, right there on the forearm, I see old Eddie. Peace of mind, Eddie. Right there, running hard, running strong, running free. He does have his, what is it, that... Is that an F on his hand there? It's like Striper inspired. He does got that going on. I don't see the Rolling Stones. I do not see the Halloween logo. Oh, I see And Justice for All right in there. Metallica And Justice for All in there. Oh, I see Queen. So he still has that. I thought I read somewhere they were going to take those off, but I guess not. They got the AC/DC for those about to rock. Got the big cannon on there. So I like the attention to detail on these. I hope they can keep those. I get it, though. Everybody wants to sue every single day. That's kind of the way we're in on some of that kind of stuff. Everybody wants to get paid somewhere. But his tattoos are nice, vibrant, nice, colorful tattoos, and of course, heavy metal inspired. So old Kyle, he's here for that for sure. I like it a lot. Of course, articulation we've seen before, double jointed. You got the boot cut, of course, the ankles all over the place, bicep, thigh swivel. Now, how about these elbows? Once again, it seems like we're taking a step back, and maybe Unmatched was just a little bit better. Those felt a lot stiffer in the joints. This arm, very, very loose, kind of back to the old school way of loose limbs again. Maybe it just hasn't taken effect across the board. Maybe, I don't know what's going on there. Or maybe it's just this old mold they're going to keep using. But I'd like to see these joints tightened up. You guys know that's been a major gripe. That in the hands for me has always been a major gripe with Jazzwares. I think they will get it figured out. Nobody's perfect off the jump. But hopefully they get to where we want them to be in the future. But besides that, pretty plain Jane. It's almost a good base for a customizer for sure. If you're looking for Jericho, you could easily just pop this head off. As we all know, this stuff is removable if you wanted to. So I can pop this Jericho head off, maybe. There we go. So you can mix this around. You can put a soft good shirt on this Jericho, put this head on it, and man, you got somebody new. You got a different version of Jericho. You can always mix, match, play with these. That is a fun thing for you guys that are customizers and stuff. There's a lot of things you can do. I guess your only limitation is what you can think of. So that's always fun for customizers and stuff out there. When are we going to get stands for these figures? I have no idea. They were promised like 2 years ago. At this point, I don't think we'll ever get stands for them. I wish I was had some more connections. I'd build my own stands and sell them. Maybe it's something I should look into. Maybe I should call in some people and see what it would take, and we can get some AEW Jazzware stands made, because I know a lot of you guys are probably like me. We need some stands. Somebody's got to step up to the plate, and it has to be economical. Nobody wants to spend $5 per stand. You know, we want to spend 50 cents, maybe $1 tops. That's what we want on stands. They got to be cheap. They got to be cheap. That's just the way it is. But I'm here for this Jericho. I like it more than I thought I would. This, I gotta say, Jericho's latest run, hey, I give Jericho all the credit in the world, but for me, his WCW run, ECW, Japan, early WWE, you know, WWE kind of get engulfed in the drama of it all sometimes, but I really did enjoy Jericho back then, and of course AEW, he's had some good runs there. It's interesting where he's transitioning to. I don't know how much gas he still has in the tank, but I think we'll see him for a few years running around. And I can guarantee you one thing, we're going to see a lot more Chris Jericho figures in the future. So there. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Unrivaled Series 8 unboxing and review. And today we've got the return to the line of Jon Moxley. How fitting, as he just returned in the last week to AEW TV. So there you got that. It's kind of a tie-in, a little bit of a tie-in going on. But Jon Moxley, as you guys know, no stranger to the AEW line. We've had him in single series. We've had him in the Amazon 2-packs. We've had a ton of exclusive Chase Rare editions, including in Series 8. He is once again a Chase Rare one. A lot of people griping because it's not really that fancy of a Chase Rare edition. It's him in his biker pants, shorts that he wore in New Japan. But a lot of people do want that look. And as usual, I think we'll see that down the line. So I guess stay tuned. And we'll talk about it when we do get that one eventually. But we're going to do it like we normally do. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So let's look at the old AEW right there. Old Jon Moxley. Got his jacket going on there. So once again, the Polly Pocket style jacket running wild, especially in Series 8. Beautiful classic background there. I do like that yellow kind of fire-ish color. It really does make the figure pop. You got Moxley down there. You got AEW Unrivaled. You got AEW, all that fun stuff. Jon Moxley on the side, All Elite Wrestling. Series 8, number 64 in the line so far. There you got that. AEW on the side, nothing too special over there. And, of course, the back of the package, Jon Moxley's autograph. It's tough. I know I see a lot of griping online about autographs, how they're just not what they used to be. And I totally agree. Sounded like an old-timer, I guess. Not that my autograph's anything special. But I miss the days of the Jerry King Lawlers, Harley Races, and a lot of other athletes of the time, you know, back in the day. Back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, stuff like that. People took a lot more care in their autograph. Now, obviously, they're signing a lot more for cards, things like this. It's just a scribble here and there. It just doesn't have the same feel, I guess, to me. And that's why I'm more of a photograph guy. I'd rather get a photo with somebody than probably an autograph at this point. But it is what it is. That's how Moxley signs his name. Got a little glamour shot of him. Got the rest of the line below, Moxley and Jericho. And then you got the best friends. You got Statlander, Orange Cassidy, Trent, and Chucky T. Let's see what it says on the back here. From 2/24/2021, Jacksonville, Florida. There you go. Just 2 days before my daughter's birthday. So there you go. And 5 days after my wedding anniversary. Right in the middle. Right in the middle there. So there you go. Good job, Moxley. Let's get around to the package and see what all the fuss is about. And actually, there's no fuss. I checked my sources before I started this unboxing, and there was actually zero fuss about this one. Zero. I couldn't find fuss anywhere. See you later off to the side. See you later. There's old Moxley. Right there in the old plastic prison. No fuss here. No fuss, no muss. Go out. See you later. Goodbye. All right, we got Moxley out of the package, and not a lot of new here. And I know people are griping, but you guys always got to remember the past with Jax. We know some of the key players at Jax are steering the ship at Jazzwares, and you're going to see this. They got to get the most out of their molds. You're going to see a lot of re-releases. You're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff, and we're seeing it with a guy like Jon Moxley here. But we do have a nice leather jacket, black leather jacket. Very cool, but unfortunately Polly Pocket style. Not a lot of mobility to it like we're accustomed to. Head sculpt, I think, is something we've seen before. A little bit redder in the beard than I remember. I guess I did grab a Moxley. I could pull that out right now. Very interesting. Very interesting skin tone changes. Height changes as well. Compare these two. Yeah, he's a little bit shorter than this version of Moxley. Obviously, we got a vest going on here. It does seem to be the exact same pants and boots, just colored differently. You got the camo on the old one, just plain black on the new one with a little Mox on the side. Very, very interesting. Same hands going on, no fists going here. No extra accessories with this Moxley either. Just get his jacket, but it's getting the most out of your molds. This is a different head scan, though, than this one, so that is always nice. But I believe we've seen this head sculpt before, so we'll put Moxley right there with his title belt. But very, very plain Jane. But it is Jon Moxley. He is one of the Mount Rushmore guys, I would say. One of the guys that really helped put AEW on the map, taking the first big person from the WWE over. It really did make his career jump pretty high. I think we'd all agree there. So you're going to see him in the line quite often. You'll see him in the future as well. It just makes sense. And, you know, they're going to milk it as much as they can because it is a business, like we always say. Can I get the old Polly Pocket off? Sure I can. Always take the hands off first. That seems to be the best way to do it, the fastest way to do it as well. Much easier that way. And hey, they're made to come off. Might as well do it. How are the elbows here? Once again, rough elbows. Doesn't have exactly what I'm looking for there. Skin tone, once again, a little bit grayish, a little sickly tone kind of going on to it. But very plain upper half of the body. Customizers could use this for a lot of different people if they were so inclined. Just not a lot to this Moxley, especially when we've had so many other Moxleys with, you know, accessories, title belts. I guess the jacket is technically accessory. It's nice just it's a plain black jacket, so you could maybe get some reuse out of this if you wanted to. I don't know, but not a lot here. Not a lot going on with this Moxley. I don't think it's going to wow anybody. I don't think it's going to knock anybody's socks over. I'm not sure if this is going to be the favorite of anybody. And of course, at the end of the week, we are going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. Got to think he's going to be on the back half. It's just kind of natural there, but we've had a lot of Moxleys. He's not a Rey Mysterio character or a Penta type character that has masks and face paint and colorful outfits, changing things up a lot. It kind of is what you get with Jon Moxley for the most part, for good or bad. Take it or leave it. I'm sure he would say that himself. But the black jacket is probably the star of the show for me on this one. Just not a lot of meat on the old bone. But what say you guys out there? Any thoughts on this Jon Moxley figure? I mean, if you missed an earlier one, hey, it's great to have a Moxley, and that's why he is in the lineup so much. But I don't know if you have any special thoughts on this one. I think a lot of people would have preferred the Chase one as the regular edition. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think a lot of people would have liked to have the biker tight trunks from Moxley. It's something just really different. But we'll see. I got to think we'll get that in the future. But let me know your thoughts below. Welcome, everyone. Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we continue unboxing AEW Unrivaled Series 8. And today, we've got best friends. We've got Trent, we've got Chucky T, and we've got a whole lot of fun as AEW Unrivaled Series 8 gives us some fresh faces in the AEW Jazzwares line as these two are making their AEW Jazzwares debuts. No, they're not the debut figures for these two. As we know, we've had some of these in the past via FTC, Mattel, of course. We'll even do one little comparison at the end of this video like we usually do. But very cool to get these guys actually in a modern figure in the AEW or Mattel, but AEW in this case line. So I'm here for it all day long. Very exciting times. What a time to be alive, some might say. But let's do it like we normally do it. Let's take a look at the packaging. Let's talk about it. Let's unbox it. Let's talk about it. See where it goes from there. We're going to start it off with Trent. Question mark. You can't forget that question mark at the end. It's like a question. Is it really Trent? Is it really him? And unfortunately, he's really outdated. As we know, he has returned from neck surgery, obviously a very serious injury. You never want anybody, especially doctors, fooling around with your neck, but it is what it is. It's the life of a wrestler every once in a while. So he has long hair in this. So it is outdated, as he does have short hair on TV now. We've seen that before in many different toy lines over the years. That's just kind of the way it goes. The old luck of the draw. But it's okay. It's acceptable. I'm sure we'll get more Trent figures in the future. You got a little glamour shot down below like we're used to. AEW Unrivaled logo. Same thing up there. Very classic Superstars inspired. I'm always going to say that, as you guys know my love for the classic Superstars. You got a little Trent on the side, of course. And then there he is. A little glamour shot below. AEW logo. AEW Series 8, number 65 in the line. Yes, 65. Can you believe it? AEW on that side. And then, of course, the back. Here's a little glamour shot of Trent. He's got his autograph up there. Got the cross sell. It's the best friends set. We got Trent. We got Chucky D. Chucky D? We got Chuck D from Public Enemy. No, we got Chucky T. We got Orange Cassidy, Chris Statlander, and of course Jericho and Moxley in this set as well. See what it says on the back here. Does it say anything? Dynamite 8/5/2020, Jacksonville, Florida. And you got Trent. Looks like he's taking on old Proud and Powerful there. I love the big question mark by his name. I don't know when he thought that up or the reason for it, but hey, I'm here for it. It is different. It's different than just regular old Trent. So I like it. I like it. Good idea. All right, let's pull him out of the package. See if we can do this. Oh, rookie. See you later. Oh, I remember the first time I opened up an AEW figure. It was obviously today. Oh my gosh, see you later. See you later. I'm just disappointing myself. Oh my gosh. Get out of here. See you later up high. Oh, I'm knocking things over. This is going south quick. South in a hurry is what's happening. There we go. We got old Trent. There he is, the old plastic prison. There it is. Like it. Like it. Pull him out, maybe. Oh my gosh, there it is. See you later. Goodbye. Jeez, I'm 10 for 10 here. What are we doing? So once again, now we got some interesting things and we got some crazy things, some head-scratching things. But once again, we get Polly Pocket style jackets. It's kind of the flavor right now. We got it with FTR. We got it with Jericho and Unrivaled Series 8. Probably Chucky T. Kinda. Not full jacket, of course. We get it with Moxley. Now we get it with Trent as well. So that is a little interesting. They keep coming. Soft goods, I'd love to see more of it. I know they stain the figures. There's got to be a workaround. There's got to be something, or at least give us some movement in these jackets. There's just got to be a way, is what it is, though. But I will say, I'm very happy to say this, and very surprised to say this, that old Trent here, Trent with a question mark, he has 2 fists. 2 fists on this one. Trent has 2 fists, nothing else, no extra hands, no accessories with this figure. But very, very interesting. We have 2 fists. So, hey, I like that. You guys know I've been screaming for fists. We're getting them mixed into the line a little bit. And we got some right here. But we got the Polly Pocket jacket. I like the racing stripe, the yellow against the black. Black and yellow always looking good together. Got the Trent with the question mark there. Got the old big question mark on the back. Trent's head sculpt. It looks a lot like him. It also looks kind of like a biker version of Fandango, our old friend Fandango, or Dirty Dango, whatever you want to call him. But it does have a little bit of a resemblance to him, but it looks like Trent. I think you pull this off, people are going to know it's Trent. Some might say Fandango, but I'm going to say Trent. He does have a headband. It is molded in. It is not removable. Good flowing locks, almost a purplish hue to the color there. Maybe that's just kind of against the black, making it be that way. Got a little bit of paint onto the headband from the hair. That's always unfortunate. Always a little bit glossy in the face. I've noticed with a lot of the AEW, we've talked about that before. Not quite as bad as Super 7 a little bit. Super 7 gets awfully glossy in the human faces, but AEW does as well from time to time. I love the tights here with the yellow and the blue and the black. The big bullseye kind of thing on the knee pad. I forget who this is. Gosh, who's on this other knee pad? Somebody can tell me in the comments. I know I'm going to remember it after the video. I can't remember who that is. But yeah, very, very cool decor going on. Nice coloring to it. It feels plain, but when you look at it a little bit more, there's a lot more depth to it. That's how I view this one. All the articulation we're used to, the ankles, boot cut, double jointed knees, of course, thigh swivel. He's got all that going on. And then, of course, got to take the jacket off, see what's doing here. Pop the old fists off. That's usually the best way, as we've seen. As we know, everything removable on these figures. That is one of the selling points for old customizers out there and people that are wanting to do stuff. That makes a little bit of extra fun. What can your imagination do with you? Where can it take you to? I don't know. You figure it out. But good. It's a good body here. He's got forearm painted on. Got a little artwork on the forearms. Got Abraham Lincoln going strong. Gotta love old Honest Abe. Who wouldn't want to put him on his ring gear? You know, one of the most honest guys in American history is what I've been told. It's what I've been told. That's why he's Honest Abe. He's also on Currency, if you didn't know that. Well, you learn something new every day. But yeah, Trent, I'm here for it. It looks okay. Once again, the elbow's a little too loose for my liking. I just can imagine little kids breaking the arms on these a lot, and parents aren't going to have time for that. If they're buying them for their little kid, it gets broken. Hey, guess what? We're not buying those figures again. So I hope we can get this consistently worked on and fixed. That would be nice. We'll see if that ends up happening. But there's old Trent right there. Now let's throw it back to old Mattel Basics. I mean, this was like Mattel Basics. I think this was actually a battle pack he was in. I'd have to do my research. I'd have to think back, but I think it was a battle pack, not a straight basic. But we got old Trent right here. So Trent going from Mattel, going on over to the AEW Jazzwares line. The Jazzwares beats it all day long. I don't mind the decorations on this one. The face is just night and day difference, though, on the face. And, 10, 11 years difference in age as well. But very cool. And a lot of people do not know he has a Mattel figure. There's a few of those guys that got Mattel Basics that never got Elites, and a lot more as of lately, especially with all the releases they've had on the Mattel side. So always interesting, always interesting. But there's old Trent. Now we got to turn our attention to his partner in crime, the old Kentucky Gentleman. That's how I was introduced to him way back in the day on the indie scene. I remember it was a Hall of Fame show, Waterloo, Iowa Hall of Fame show every year. They always had the Young Guns tournament. Old Chucky T was a part of that, and I want to say it was like 2018, 19, I don't know off the top of my head, but I talked to Chucky T, met him there, and had a good time with old Chucky T in the backstage. He was a pretty funny guy, so I can see why people would want to be best friends with him. But he wasn't wearing Converse, which I thought was interesting, but the more you know. But let's look at the package. Chucky T, there he is. Cool to get a figure of him in this line this early. Not that there's anything against him, but new figures are always great, and it's good to be able to complete a team. And I got to say, kudos to Jazzwares. You're giving us Statlander. You're giving us the best friends here. And then, of course, Orange Cassidy Part 2, all in one set. That's pretty cool. They could have lingered that out, one in every set, and that's always frustrating. So right away, you got the best friends team in one set, if you miss the old Orange Cassidy especially. So we do like that. Typical packaging we saw with Trent, all the bells and whistles there. Number 66 in the line, Unrivaled Series 8, of course, Glamour Shot, AEW. Of course, the back, there it is. What was that, Angelico? I don't know, I can't remember, but I believe that's it. Or Jack Evans, one of those two. Then you got the cross sell down below. You got the best friends. You got Moxley. You got Jericho. Let's see what this represents. 5/25, 2019, Las Vegas, Nevada. Double or nothing. Oh, yes. Old Chuck Taylor, the Kentucky Gentleman. It's an interesting one. This is an interesting figure for sure. It's one that's needed to complete the best friends, but it's definitely an interesting figure. There you go. Let's pull it out. See you later. As I continue knocking stuff over, I'm off my see you later game today. It happens. It happens, folks. There's old Chucky T in the plastic prison. The old Kentucky Gentleman. It even says it right there on his butt. I love it. I love it. I'm here for a Kentucky Gentleman. There he goes. See you later. And speaking of Kentucky, 2024, you Kentuckians, you're going to see old Kyle in your streets. Kyle's got a big expansion via work and all this, so I'm taking over a bunch more territory. Instead of the 8 states of the Midwest, Kyle's going to be adding Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Alabama. So if you're in those areas, hey, look for your old buddy Kyle. Maybe we can get a pizza. Let's get a pizza. Take me on all the figure hunting spots. Can't wait. So be prepared in 2023. Coming your way. Maybe I'll visit the childhood home of the old Kentucky Gentleman. Never know. Never know. All right, Chucky T, what do you got for me here? He does have the Polly Pocket, but it's a vest, so that's interesting. As much as we love the jackets, it's nice to have a little bit of a mix here, and he does wear this vest. This vest I can stomach a lot more in the Polly Pocket plastic style. It's not as abusive. It's not abusive, and it holds them back. It feels it's good, and I don't mind this. I'll take this even over soft goods sometimes. I'm okay with that. It's the Polly Pocket that I have more of a problem with. It does say Chuck right there, so you know who it is. You got elbow pads on him. How are the arms? The arms are still a little bit weak, of course, just like the other ones, but these elbow pads do help strengthen it a little bit, so I'm okay with that. He's got the forearm wrist tape there right on the wrist. Hands removable, and once again, these best friends, they're not here to shake hands. They're not here to hug. You think they'd be here to hug with some open hands, but nah, man. Both these guys, they're here to throw fists. So watch out for the best friends. They both got fists going on them. I think Jazzware said, you know, Kyle's been saying we need fists. Let's put a fist on both of them. Let's put 2 fists. Let's get these best friends out there. And that's exactly what they did, and I'm here for it. And the nice thing is, though, about this line, you can match up the skin tones really good, so you can mix and match the hands. If you want open hands on here, go to your hand pile. You can do that if you want to. But Chuck T, very, very plain, though. Black vest, black pants, black knee pads, black boots. You get a little racing stripe. The blue and yellow does pop, does match Trent, so they do match. Always cool to have those tag teams. It was always fun, you guys know, collecting any of the lines over the years to complete your teams, have a tag team, especially in the same set. I like that idea a whole lot. Has a nice belt molded in here on him. We do like that. Let's see if I can get this vest off him. Easily removable vest. That's what I do like that. Sometimes we fight with these things, as you guys know, but that vest, very easily removable. Leaving a little bit of pieces of plastic on him. And I got one little smudge there on his upper chest. Chucky T, I think they got his body pretty good. But where it goes south a little bit on the Kentucky Gentleman here is his face. It's very, very interesting. I mean, he's got a screaming pose. Those are tough. You know, you like to see emotion in your wrestling figures' faces. But I guess if gun to my head, I'd rather just have a kind of a blank stare. Because sometimes it looks a little weird when they're just screaming all the time, or if they're smiling all the time. You almost need something in between. But this is where extra heads would really come in. Once again, no accessories with these guys. I don't know, cutting back. We know inflation has went up. It doesn't seem Jazzwares has taken much of a price increase on their end. I think Ringside and some of these other companies, third-party companies, have taken a price increase. I don't know that 100% for sure. But I would assume that to be the case. Heck, Walmart, we haven't seen them go up either. That's a story for another day. Walmart seems to not doing inflation, and I think they're doing it very smart. They're really easing the inflation, and like I said, that's a story for another day. I could write a speech on that. Maybe we will one day. But I do like this Chucky T. How are these boots? Okay, the boots are different. And these might be a new boot mold here with the lips up here at the top hanging over. I do like that on the old kick pads. That's an interesting look. And if it is something different, it's nice to get something new to the line via Chuck Taylor. You'd think they'd save that for a Sting or a Moxley or a Jericho. But no, we get some new tooling for Chucky T. Or I could be totally wrong. Who knows? But I don't mind this one. He's got a little bit of a patchy beard. I'm not super familiar how he's wearing his. I haven't looked real close at his face on TV, but maybe that's right. But he does have a patchy beard, and then the screaming head sculpt looks a little insane, looks a little crazy, but it's all right. It's Chucky T, it's Trent. We got the best friends in the same set. I'm here for it. I like the idea. I hope we see more of that in the future, and I guess Jazzwares, they've done that with most of their tag teams going forward. We've got them in the same set, so it's been a pretty good run that way. So there it is. Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta. What do you think? You here for them both? I guess it's not Trent Beretta anymore. It's Trent with a question mark. Trent? That's what it is. But let me know your thoughts on these two in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow along. You don't want to miss an AEW video, a Mattel video, a Marvel Legends video, or a He-Man video. They're all on the channel. Trust me, they are. And make sure you follow me on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Unrivaled Series 8 unboxing and review. And today, we've got the return of Orange Cassidy. No stranger to the Unrivaled line, as we did have one a few sets ago, and one of my top figures of 2021. It'll be interesting to see how this one compares. Has the novelty worn off after the first one? I'm not so sure, but you guys know me. I love Orange Cassidy. I always have to thank Orange Cassidy because it really brought my daughter into wrestling when she was a lot younger than she is now. You know, she's 10 now, 10 going on 11, but she was big time into wrestling a few years back, and Orange Cassidy was one of her favorites on the independent scene, and I think that helped her stick with wrestling a little bit longer. Wrestling's in her rear view now, unless it's a live show. She only wants to see it live, won't watch it on TV. But for a short window of time, Orange Cassidy was her man. So it's always cool, and I'll always remember that. So there you go. But we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. See where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's look at the packaging on old Orange Cassidy. There he is. Got the old denim. Denim and leather brought us all together. He doesn't have any leather, though. But it was you that set our spirit free. That's what Biff Byford told me in Saxon way back in the day, and I never forgot it. Never forgot it. But you got Orange Cassidy in the package. A little bit of reuse and a little bit of new, and I guess we'll investigate that when we do get that out of the package. He is number 67 in the Unrivaled line. This is Series 8, of course. AEW logo. Same thing there, AEW. And you got a little UPC's warnings, all the boring stuff on the bottom. And then you got him on the back, walking to the ring. Got a big old autograph there. A little bit plain, just OC. Once again, autographs, just not the luster they used to have. People just don't take that care in their autographs anymore. I wonder if when he was a little kid in school thought, one day I'm going to be signing my name as Orange. Probably never thought that. Is it a color? Is it a fruit? What is it? But Orange Cassidy, he's freshly squeezed. We know that. Got the rest of the best friends in the lineup, of course, and then Moxley and Jericho. De facto best friends, you know, because they're involved in the set, I guess. I don't know. But there you go. You got the background there. Nothing too special. Says from Dynamite, 5/27/2020, Jacksonville, Florida. Old Orange Cassidy. The funny thing is, the shirt that is on the best friend shirt he's wearing does not match this picture, nor does it match this, which I would assume this is supposed to be for 5/27/2020. You think he'd have the shirt on, right? So there's a little bit of a miscommunication there somewhere along the lines. That doesn't quite jive, as one might say. But let's get it out. There's a little bit of fuss on this one. Everybody's curious about what kind of fuss is going on, and figured we better look into it here. See you later. Get out of here. See you later. There it is. But guess what? We've been talking in these sets. No hands. Well, guess what? We got extra hands with this Orange Cassidy. So that's something. That's something. We also get an elbow pad here. There he is. Orange. Aren't you glad I didn't say Banana Cassidy right there? Let's pull him out of the old plastic prison. We get 2 gripping hands. Got some interesting hand thoughts here. We'll see. We got to get him out first. Pull him out. See you later. Oh, glasses flying. Now, once again, we do not see any plastic wrap. Remember we had Orange Cassidy the first go around, he had like a bag over his head. We don't get that this time. So you Mint on Card people are probably throwing parties rejoicing as these figures are looking a heck of a lot better on card than they did before. He does have his glasses. Let me put those back. We need the first impressions. So I do like he's got the old thumbs up hand going on here. The old Emma is Chucky thumbs up. I always love that hand going. I'm here for that all day long. Then he's got the smooth hand for his pocket here. Now where I get lost, though, is these extra hands. We got 2 gripping hands here. This doesn't make sense. Where's the other hand to do the other pocket? So now you can't take away the gimmick of his jeans. So one of these hands should be that pocket. You know what this hand should be? Man, it should be a fist. You guys know that. You knew where that was going. So a little bit of hand mess up, a little bit of packaging mess up there. We're getting there, though. And he does have his armband, his elbow pad. If you want to take all this off, you can put this on, of course. We do like that idea. Now, we get a soft goods coat here. Very interesting feel to this denim jacket. Very interesting. And in the bottom, might as well grab out the old Orange Cassidy, huh? Let's see what's the same, what's different, what's changed. Nothing. So from the bottom down, it's the exact same thing. No changes, exactly the same. The jacket looks to be... Let me put his collar down. He's got his collar up like he's Zach Morris or something back in the 90s. I don't know. I'll put that collar down. But I think the jacket is the same as well. Seems to be the same, which makes sense. You're going to get the most out of your mold. The material, yeah, it's the same. So then you get a shirt underneath. That is where the change is. Best friend shirt. Got Chucky T, Trent Beretta on the shirt, of course. Glasses, identical. Same glasses. Let's pull these glasses off. Let's see how the... Uh-oh, wait a minute. Are the glasses not removable on the... Oh, gosh, I was going to say, are they not removable? I thought they were. So we got that same head sculpt going on here. I tell you what, the paint apps are a little bit better on the new one, though. A little glossy on the beard and kind of weird on the eyes. A little duller down face paint on the new one. Face paint? Paint on the face makes this one look a little bit more realistic, I find, in the face. Head. And this could be easily switched if you wanted to. You can pop the heads back and forth if you really wanted to. Of course, I love the technology of the pants where you can tuck his hand in the pants. That is phenomenal. That's what I'm here for. That's what we need to see more of in 2022. I don't care if it's Mattel, Jazzware, Super 7. Give us some new things. We want some new things in our action figures. And I'm here for that all day long. Anything new, man, sign me up. I love it. But besides that, there's not a ton of meat on the bone here. If you want a different shirt, maybe you want this Orange Cassidy by himself on your display, you put this one with the best friends. I guess speaking of the best friends, we can grab Chucky T and Trent, put them right here. I wish I had stands, hint, hint. I wish there were stands for these guys. Then I'd be fine. But yeah, put them there, you put him here. Man, you got the best friends. We'll do some glamour shots of that. But very, very interesting. Now, the shirt has to come off, doesn't it? Gosh, I don't know. I think you can get, yeah, you can get the shirt off, but boy, it's like an actual shirt. It's like if I took this shirt off right now, you got to pull it up over your head and stuff. There's no Velcro, any of that stuff going on. So that's a little bit of a pain, a little bit of work, but I could also see people having the original Orange Cassidy as that is his most known outfit. That's what we think of when we close our eyes, think of Orange Cassidy. You think of the first one. You could theoretically take the top off this one. This could be your wrestling Orange Cassidy. So I could see that happening as well. Elbow-wise, I don't know, it's because of the jacket. It feels a little tighter, but it seems loose underneath. But it's okay. I like Orange Cassidy, and I'm definitely going to have this one with a thumbs up. I mean, I said it should have both of them, and it should, but I got to be honest, if I'm displaying this one, I already have both the hands in the pockets on the first one. I don't need that to be done on the second one, so I'd have one hand in there, and then he got his patented thumb up for the second one. That's how I would run this one. So I guess it should have both hands, depending, so people can choose what they want to do, but I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. Orange Cassidy, a favorite of mine as well. We'll see how bright his future is. Obviously, he's wearing shades, so it must be pretty bright, but we got it right there. I don't mind it. I don't mind this one. I don't know if this one has quite the pizzazz and the fuss as the first one did. Obviously, first time in the line, first time Orange Cassidy figure. There's a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, got to get that one, got to get that one. Well, most people that really needed an Orange Cassidy got this one already, and there's a lot of people that collect one of every guy. I think they're going to stick with this one and probably pass on this one. Not enough meat on the old bone, as we always say. Everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Unrivaled Series 8 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got wrestling's favorite alien. We've got Kris Statlander. And Kris Statlander checks a lot of boxes in our figure collections, as this is his first time in the line. It's the only female in this series, and we don't get a ton of female wrestlers, so it's very special when we do. Obviously, she helps complete the Best Friends team as well. So there's a lot going for this figure, and I got to tell you, this was the figure I was the most excited about in AEW Unrivaled Series 8, so we'll see if it holds up to the hype, how we feel about this one. And we'll see what we think. So we're going to do this like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And, of course, we'll compare this to some other female wrestlers as well. So stay tuned for that. But there it is. There's old Kris Statlander in the package. Bright, colorful. I really do like that. How bright she is in the package really stands out. Beautiful glamour shot there. Like I said, she is my favorite wrestler, female wrestler, in AEW. You know, I like that she's big and tough, but she looks good too, but she's big and tough and just gives something different. Has a lot of high flying moves. It's just not all arm candy with her, and that's always a nice change of pace. Just doing good things. So hopefully she continues to, and I got to think she'll be the AEW champion, women's champion, the TBS champion, one of those things probably in 2022 sometimes. I bet the house. Bet the house. So there you go. The AEW logo, like I said, glamour shot, unrivaled, all the usual suspects. Got her name on the side. AEW, little glamour shot. She is number 68. Who's going to be that dreaded 1969? Or just 69, I guess. We'll find out very, very soon. But there she is right there on the side. All Elite Wrestling on the side logo. And then the back. There she is. She's probably getting ready to boop somebody right on the nose. Got the old cross sell down below. We got the Best Friends. We got Moxley. We got Jericho. And of course, stay tuned. The end of the week, we are going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. You guys will have to do the same thing in yours as well. I got her autograph on there, and let's see what it says on the back. Whoa, as I'm throwing it around. On the back, from Dynamite, 4/14/2021, Jacksonville, Florida. And very cool. Yeah, it looks good. I wonder if they got her, they did, I was going to say, I wonder if they got her lip piercing. I couldn't remember if they did, and it is on the package. So, kudos, Jazzwares. It's the little things, it's the little things, and as we know, we always talk about the fuss, and there's a lot of fuss for this figure. Kyle had fuss for this figure, so we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Pull it out of the package, see you later. A couple pieces here. Whew, this one smells like it was freshly painted. I can smell it a mile away. And I don't have a good smeller, a good sniffer on me, a good nose. I usually can't smell, but this one, very, very powerful smell to it. Well, I don't know why this one and the rest of the wave was not that way, but here we are. It's the way it goes sometimes. Pull her out. There it is. See you later up high. Oh, man, that one went far. And Kris Statlander, these Best Friends, they might seem like a goofy faction. They like to hug and stuff, but guess what? Trent, Chucky T, Kris Statlander, Fists of Fury, both of them, all of them, come with double fist. Weird, crazy. I'm here for it, though. I love fists, but no extra accessories with Kris Statlander, nothing else. A lot of deco hits on her, of course, But a little unfortunate we didn't get some extra hands as an accessory, or even an extra head or something like that. That would be pretty cool. I gotta say, the first thing I look at this, it looks like Maria Kanellis a little bit. Maria Jax figure, Jax Ruthless Aggression, a little bit more difficult than you'd think of figure to get a hold of. She has kind of a facial resemblance to her. That's one thing I noticed. Then you notice the blue and the pink streak in her hair. I do like that a whole lot. You get her tattoos on her arm. It's interesting. It is a tattoo, but it almost comes off like it's supposed to be like a part of a shirt or a wrap. It doesn't. It is a tattoo, but it doesn't have a tattoo type vibe to it. Does that make sense? When you look at it, it's got the Andromeda Galaxy or whatever it is. I took astrology back in high school, but it's been a long time. I can't really remember. But it does have planets and stuff, but it doesn't look like a tattoo. It doesn't come off feeling like a tattoo. One thing I've said in the past before, can't wait till AEW has pinless joints. That has to be coming eventually, especially the female figures. They really do show, as the arms are usually smaller than the male counterparts. You could really always see those pins a mile away. And as Mattel has transitioned to pinless joints, I got to think AEW will be following suit. It's usually one of those things, who's going to jump first? Who's going to make the change first? The other one will follow. And I guarantee Jazzwares, I bet you by the end of 2022, we'll see some pinless joints. Bet the house. Bet the house. Two Fists of Fury, like I said, she does have her forearm tattoos going on. A very 90s inspired top going on with the blue, the pink, the green. Just, it's out there. I like it. I'm here for it. I like it a lot. She does have her trunk tights going on. I always don't like that you can kind of see the pegs in between her legs when you look at them straight on. That always a little bit of an eyesore, but not terrible. She does have the beautiful wrapping on her legs. I like that. The paint looks a little touch and go. It does look like it's just kind of brushed on there, which it obviously was, but it looks like it was applied kind of in a high school art project a little bit, to be honest with you. There's a lot of bleeding, not a lot of straight lines to it. Some green dyeing over into the black on the knee pad that's underneath. Good attention to detail here. They do give her her knee brace. It is molded on. You can't remove that knee brace. Well, yeah, you can't remove it, but it is on there. It does have some pliability, though, to it. It's got to move around with the knee. She does have a knee pad underneath. It is also painted black underneath. Beautiful boots on her, almost snake skin-like. It always reminds me of Jake the Snake Roberts from Legend Series 13. Different color, but kind of the same vibe going on, so I like that. All the usual articulation. We've got the AEW figures. You get the ankles that rock. Whoa, that one has got some serious... Holy cow. We got some paint flaking off. That's always a little scary. I almost thought the foot was going to fall off on me, but a little bit loose. You got the boot, of course, the double-jointed knee, thigh swivel. You got the weak elbows. A little bit sturdier on her compared to most females, though. I don't know if their arms are just a hair bigger. You got the removable wrists, of course, double-jointed elbows. You got the bicep swivel. You got the shoulders up, down, all around. Head, side to side. The hair does limit it a little bit. She does have a tattoo on her back as well. I missed that with the straps painted on. Very cool. And then, of course, the diaphragm moves, and then you got movement at the waist as well. So these have great articulation on them. There's a lot of posability, a lot of flexibility to these. But boy, the more I look at it, the more and more she looks like Maria Kanellis. It's kind of weird how that goes. I'll see if I can dig up my Maria figure somewhere, and we can kind of play them off each other. I might as well do that. Got face paint on her. That always puts her ahead of the other females. All that being said, obviously we've had Nyla Rose. We've had Britt Baker. We've had Sheeta. We've had, obviously, Chris Statlander. Is that all for the females? I think so. And I got to say, off the top of my head, I think this is the best female figure so far. It does have the best look to it, the best feel to it. It could be improved a little bit. There's always improvements that could happen, but it's still pretty good. Maybe it's because I like Chris Statlander the best. Maybe that's why I like it the best of the bunch. But you put her next to Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, as she's known in some circles. You put those next to each other. And then, of course, Charlotte Flair. How about Charlotte? Elite Series 92, Charlotte Flair. You can get a little size comparison here. Maybe some dream matches in your childhood figure fed or your kid's fig fed. Or, who are we fooling? Your 30-year-old male fig fed. Hey, if you got it, no judgment. No judgment here. But you can see her kind of run the gamut against some other female figures. And even from other lines like Mattel. But I'm here for this Chris Statlander. I like it. Like I said, probably my favorite female wrestler in the AEW roster right now. Bright things ahead for her. I got to think we're going to get more figures of her in the future. And I hope we do. Put those two to the side. How about we bring out the old best friends? Some of her other friends. Chucky T, of course, and Trent Beretta. The usual suspects. All the usual suspects. They're coming out. They're going to hang out. It's cool to get these guys as a faction. You can put them on your shelf display together. I think that is cool. And I like that they put them all in the same line, as I've mentioned in some of the other reviews on these guys. I just think that is really cool to get these guys all together. So I'm here for that especially. But what say you guys? All right, the time has come. We got to put AEW Unrivaled Series 8 in order of my least favorite to my favorite. I'm going to ask you guys do the same thing in the comments down below. So let's kick it off. We got 6 figures here. Who is number 6 for me? Well, unfortunately, it's got to be Jon Moxley. Just not a lot going on with this figure. Yes, we got a new jacket, which is, cool enough, but nothing really special, nothing that really sticks out. We've had other Jon Moxleys. If this is the first Jon Moxley, maybe we'd be all more excited about it, but just not a lot going on with this, but I do understand his return to the line. You got to have him between Unmatched, Unrivaled, exclusives. No different to how Jax did with John Cena, Mysterio, Batista's back in the day, or Mattel does with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, people like that. I get it, but for me, a very easy pick here at number 6. It does get harder after that, though, I have to admit. But number 5 for me, unfortunately, it's going to go to old Chuck Taylor, the old Kentucky gentleman. I love first time in the line characters. I love to get Chucky T here. It's just that head just drags him down for me. It's cool. I'm going to put him with Trent Beretta in my display. I don't know when we'll get another Chucky T figure, but I'd like more of a plain Jane face or something just different than this. It's just a little bit out there. It looks a little crazy, and it does take the figure down a whole lot. Maybe if it had a different head, he'd move up some notches. But from where I sit, as you guys know right here, he's coming in at number 5 today. So now we got to look at number 4. Number 4 for me, I'm going to go Orange Cassidy. And Orange Cassidy, once again, very similar to Moxley, would be a heck of a lot higher, as really the only difference between the last one is the t-shirt, for the most part, or the lack of hands or the different hands. Not a ton of difference here, but that being said, I should say, still very cool. Soft goods jacket. I love the technology of the pants still to this day. I like to be able to have a second one. Orange Cassidy's a star. He's one of the big stars in AEW. So with a little bit of differences here, maybe you leave the glasses off this one, keep the glasses on the original, give him the thumbs up hand, one hand in there. You could do a little bit of different things, but at the end of the day, it truly is basically a re-release. And I think there'll be a lot of people skipping this figure because the other one is the classic Orange Cassidy. But for me, we're going to put him in at number 4. Then we're down to the final 3. And where are we going with final 3? Well, Trent, he is going to be number 3 for me. Not a terrible figure, a little outdated, but that's going to happen with any kind of line. Any toy line out there is going to have some outdated people. It's cool to get Trent. It's cool to get a new Trent figure. As like I said, that Mattel one was the only other Trent representation in my collection. I definitely like it more than Chucky T. Polly Pocket jacket is what it is. I like his gear. That's good inspired gear. First time in the line, that's always fun. That's always something different. But I'm going to put him in at number 3. So now we're down to the top 2, and I just realized that just tells you it's in my subconscious. The top 2 people, they both have face paint. You guys know old Kyle. He loves face paint. Even if he's not thinking that way, that's just the way it shakes out. Maybe not always, but here in this case it does. So we're at the final 2. Very tough to decide, but number 2 for me, I'm going to go Chris Statlander. Yes, I do. Out of all these wrestlers here, Chris Statlander is probably my favorite. I really am excited to get her first time in the line figure. Just needs a little bit more work. The face isn't quite there yet. Some paint issues going on, but a very, very solid figure. I would never take this back. It looks really good. I'm just excited for her future figures. I think they can take this base, they can clean it up just a hair, and I think this will be a fabulous. Her next go around could very well be one of the best figures AEW makes. But here, number 2 is not bad. Some say it's the first loser. I'm not going that far. Number 2, Chris Statlander, a very solid one. Number 1, I'm a little bit shocked. Maybe I'm not as well. Face paint, spikes. It's just a different Jericho. And Jericho's got a little bit of that Jon Moxley disease, as we've got a lot of them. We need to have something different. And where Moxley fails with nothing really to add to things in this set, Jericho brings us something different. The spiked jacket with the cool decor on it. He's got a hat, which we've seen before, even if it's not totally the same hat. But then the face paint. Now, not the best face paint, not even top 20 face paint for me of wrestlers of all time, but at least it's something different. It's a Jericho that is different, where you could pass on this Moxley. I don't think you can pass on the Jericho because it is a different incarnation of Jericho. And I do like that, and I'm a little surprised, but he came in at number 1 for me. So that's my list of AEW Unrivaled Series 8. That's how I see it from where I sit, as once again right here at this table. What about you guys out there in YouTube land? Where do you sit with this line? Put them in order. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd be interested to hear. It's tough. It's tough putting them in order, but that's part of the fun. But make sure you do that in the comments down below. And then while you're here, give it the old Orange Cassidy thumbs up. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to it. Hit the old notification bell. You guys know we're unboxing everything on the channel, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because you don't want to miss any of it. Any of it. Feel free to share the video, and then of course, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com to support the channel. Pick up a t-shirt. So there it is, AEW Unrivaled Series 8. I am Kyle. See you guys.